Hey folks, and welcome back to the show. Boy, this is like this little bit. Oh, sorry about that. I just had to adjust that. Hey, and welcome back. And today we're actually going to do something a little bit different. I am doing an artist spotlight, but it's going to be split into two different artists. One is a relatively unknown. And a friend of mine, a personal friend of mine. His name is Lou Blacksail. He is the head composer and writer and singer for a project called Lyres Of Ur, who I'm going to be spotlighting in just a moment. And I will be playing back the interview I did with him here in the studio a couple weeks ago, and discovering some of his really, really great music. I first heard this singer with a song called Ice Queen. I love it. And it's going to be in this episode somewhere. But anyway, sit back and enjoy my one-on-one interview with singer-songwriter and composer Lou Blacksail here on the Danny Dees Show exclusively. And remember, benetarfreak@gmail.com for your requests and all that awesome stuff. And you can follow the fan page on Facebook at Danny Dees. And I will see you guys in just a bit.
If your clothes could talk, they'd say I look good on you. I look good on you. If your clothes could talk and listen. I look good on you. I look good on you. If your clothes could talk and listen. If your clothes could talk and listen. I look good on you. I look good on you. If your clothes could talk and listen. I look good on you. I look good on you. Another Hollywood protege. I look good on you.
Hey folks, and welcome back. I know there's actually a person right here next to me. This is Lou Blacksail. You guys might remember him, a singer-songwriter and musician. And he's actually, I didn't tell you this, but actually he's my first guest in 3 years. Because I didn't have any guests. I was kind of like doing the thing because I wanted to really get into film editing and stuff and start MTV again, because we need MTV. We need music videos. We need a 24-hour channel that's all about music, no politics, no scandals going on, none of the YouTube stuff. It's all just music.
Have you seen Empty TV?
Empty TV?
Empty TV, yes. Empty TV, yes.
I think I have heard of that, yeah.
Yeah, they do some stuff like that, actually. They feature a Lyres Of Ur music video. And it's
Lyres of Ur. That's your, well, I don't know. It's like, was that the first name that you came up with, or was there different names that you thought of?
Yeah,
I always ask musicians
I did,
this.
But there was some stuff that I come up with, I think, that was already taken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like I wanted to come up with something that actually meant something rather than just throw a name out there and slap it on a label.
Well, yeah. Like some people would just like use it because nobody else has used it, but it's gotta be with you, right? Because it's gonna affect. I mean, some people don't care at all what the name of their band is. They'll just find it somewhere, but other people, I don't know. It's kind of like what their act is about. It just depends, I think.
stuff you won't roll while your logic finds sound. Rumors spread the fruit bearing, low-hanging trees that traveled around.
Who's your favorite band to work with that you have worked with?
Worked with?
Yeah, like, you know, like maybe like either worked on music together or did, you know, perform together on stage.
I mean, that's... I don't really work with a lot of people, but I will say that a couple people that I've worked with who are not local that I've worked with were Derek Christopher and Mike Nolan, and those are two separate entities. I'm not sure if you've heard of them. But
no, I thought Mike Nolan, that sounds familiar to me for some reason.
So
I'm not
Mike
sure.
Nolan and Derek Christopher both did remixes for Lyres Of Ur songs, but also I did like a sort of like a vocal, I don't know what to call it, debut, so to speak, or a guest appearance spot with Hitchcock Guillotine, which is Mike Nolan, and so we did.
Didn't
Presence.
Did he mix? He did mix. I heard one of your mixes before, and you know it's funny, folks, because he's the first person to be back on the show in a while. And the last time that we tried to do this was my first time doing it. I had no freaking idea what I was doing, trying to like put all this shit together and not knowing what I was doing. I really jumped the gun. That was my thing. But now I'm like way more confident, and it gave me all that time to really work out. Because I told you, punk rock Johnny Carson's been my goal since I was a kid. You know, to have a show where it's just about music and musicians, and it's, you know, music has been the one thing in my life that's been consistent, and you know, it's always there. So so it's like kind of like a tribute just for my love of music. And I love, you know, I want to get musicians back on the show because I really loved, it's kind of like not shop for me, but in a way it is, because I'm, you know, been a DJ pretty much my whole life, and how it operates and stuff. So I know it from that perspective, but it's always cool to hear what the bands are doing, you know, the actual musicians that you're, you know. I don't know. These days, it's like you don't really, like we were talking about, you don't have to go through the corporations anymore. A lot of independent artists can really get their stuff out there in different ways.
Right.
One thing that I do hope is that vinyl itself will be more available to the independent artist. And, there's a lot of like famous musicians that are starting to give back too. Like, right up here in our neighborhood, I don't know if you've seen, it's called the Youth Project, and it's a music school.
Oh,
it's right
great.
up here in the corner, right over here by the Chevron. And actually, Pat Benatar's husband is one of the people that's actually financing this, and they're putting schools all over the nation.
Oh, that's
because
awesome.
there's no music in school. There's no, look, all the people that we love are getting old, okay? And they're going to go. They're going to not be here anymore. And these kids are not learning how to play.
Yeah.
And they want to. And I'm sure that you know that too. And it's just like, sometimes we need people to push us. And then like in school, people would push people that they saw that had talent and stuff and kind of gear them in the right direction, for that field. And we need to bring that back, because I'm telling you, it's like, AI, like we were talking about earlier, AI and all this other kind of stuff. We need to get actual people to learn how to play music again.
Right.
Because, it's like kind of at a dead still right now. And even from my audience, and I'm sure, the club scene, everything is a very dead still right now. It's like, it's kind of, people like what they like, but people have gotten so, disheartened by so many other things that are going on in the world that they're not really enjoying the movies. They're not enjoying the music. It's usually more dated stuff. It's funny because a lot of the stuff that we grew up with, you're younger than me, but close enough, where the stuff that we grew up with, now the kids are into it. And I'm like, you don't like this? No. I was like, but I don't understand why it's out there so much. It's very odd, because I really don't know a lot of people that like the stuff that's supposed to be so huge. I don't know. It's very strange.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't really pay attention to it, because I like all the alternative stuff. It's always been my go-to anyway,
It's really hard to keep up with the new stuff when you're always listening to things that you like and feel comfortable with,
Yeah.
I've been kind of battling with that myself, because
It's true.
kind of a
because a lot of
playlist
new
that
stuff
really
is
doesn't change much.
Yeah, and
know?
it's not, and it's
So-
like you're open-minded. You want to hear new music and stuff like that. And I love promoting new stuff on the show too. But
Speaking of new stuff that's local, like we were mentioning, is I got this beautiful shirt here that's Spirits.
Tell me about this band.
Awesome band. These guys are great. I know the members have changed a little bit over the years, but I do know that Sean and Riley are in the band. Riley mixed and mastered one of Lyres Of Ur's band, which is my artist solo thing, whatever, which we all know.
Which I love. That's how I was introduced to your music.
Much. And Sean is a good friend of mine from Simon Says Die, who's also in that band.
Yeah.
And they're really good friends. They make awesome music. And it's just, they're really down-to-earth people. You should check them out. They put on a really great show. And as you can see... Just it's hard.
What do you
enough
think?
to
I mean,
put
what do you think the
together,
future of bands is going to be?
A bunch of DJs who call themselves bands, pretty much.
That's tired.
Yeah,
That's tired, you guys.
There's
It's
no
tired.
Performance, but
Oh my God!
you know,
It's like these.
Think about it though. Like
How
if
dare-
I wanted to take, if I
How
wanted to
dare
take
they? None of them
my
deserve.
music- think about it. There's not a lot of songwriters in the world, but there's
No.
a lot of musicians, right?
Right.
So think about the odds that there's a person out there who doesn't want to just do something for themselves because they can, because of the technology. But then all of a sudden they get decent and they write some music that they think is great and they want to take it on a tour, but they can't.
They can't.
They need musicians. Not everybody's going to support that project. They're going to have to fucking hire people. Like,
Exactly.
That's where it's going to suck.
That's where the
So-
schools come in for the damn
so it'd be like
musicians.
Ghost. Every time he goes somewhere, he has to hire people
Ghost.
to play shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's just like, if you're not big like Ghost, or you didn't have like a backing like Ghost to begin with, to play
You're not- that's not
you're
gonna
not
go-
going to return anything from your investment, and it's just going to always suck for you. That's where I'm at right now. Aside from the fact I'm like a part-time dad and I have a full-time job, that literally removes me from any nightclub scenes.
Yeah, so I mean,
From
even
anything.
making
From
gigs
anything,
and stuff
pretty
like that.
much. Yeah,
but I still,
exactly.
but dude, I
So
still
I'm like a
encourage you to
retired
keep
old
recording.
musician who's
No.
gonna continue drinking and get fat from a beer gut. Like no,
I don't care if you do that, but you need to keep singing though, because don't
I
give
do
that
enjoy
up. Don't
singing.
give
like
that
I
up.
said, I try to involve myself with some projects, and I didn't say that on here, but I did say that earlier. I believe I was with my girlfriend, but I was saying that I wanted to try to sing for bands and stuff that were out there, or people that have, like, say you're a DJ, and I won't charge you. I just want to sing. If you need some direction in your song, like, I would love to put some input in there. I would love to put my voice to it. See, maybe throw some spaghetti against the wall and see what sticks, kind of thing.
Yep.
That's what I love to do.
That's the funnest part about
that's
creating.
What happened with This Burning Presence with Mike
Yeah.
Nolan.
Okay, yeah.
He had the song. I can't remember what he called it. I think it was called This Burning Presence. Mm-hmm. And so I wrote about, like, the oppression of loose Christianity and how we're all like swimming in a
Everything's a
cesspool
scam.
of lava of skeletons, and like fighting in the air with ships and things like that, battling in the sky and all that crap. It was like a solar, religious entourage, so to speak, to our indoctrination of handcuffs.
I can
hey,
amen.
it was very worthy,
Truly,
I think,
I
and so-
really no, I understand that even more so than the last time we talked together, because
like everyone I've showed that to, they love that song.
yeah, and it's the
So-
truth too. The indoctrination of humankind is pretty, But even though like you might feel sad or something, you ever notice sometimes like when you talk to people about stuff and it's kind of like Graham or whatever, like we were talking about Portland and stuff. It still feels better to talk about it, because I think a lot of times if people don't put a voice to it, the power of the voice. That's why I love your singing voice. It's a gift from somewhere. I know you don't think
Yeah.
all that way I do, but there's something to that. But it's the same thing with using your mouth. It puts power to words, and it's like I told you that's the one thing that I'm a pretty good performer. But if there was one thing that I wish I could have, is a singing voice, because I think it's such an extraordinary gift to be able to have, to put those words or whatever that creation is into a human voice. Yeah, and see, you got you have a great singing voice. I told you that a billion times. I think this guy can sing. And so even though it's so hard to get people to hear you or listen to you and shit, and I have my own struggles just putting on a music show every week. It's I have to work at it all the time, because if I'm recording, then I have to get ready for the next one, and I like it though, and like I said,
Networking
yeah,
and stuff too.
but I
It's a
like
big
it.
job.
It's a big job, but it doesn't
Well,
pay
you're
much.
retired,
But
though, like,
and
you
I can
could
do
focus
this.
on it,
Yeah,
so
and it's like
I
the
think you
first
have a
time
little
I
more
actually.
time than I do.
Yes, well, you're younger too, but I remember those times where it's just like so many times. Don't get discouraged, is what I'm trying to say. It's just, and you're never too old to do this. I don't hate a lot of things, but I do hate it when people get negative about creativity and put an age limit on it. I want you to always remember that, like, people, I used to think that way as an actor. It's like, oh my God, I'm over this age, it's over, blah, blah, blah. That's always somebody else's perception of you. It's all about you and what you have and your perception of everything. It's very unique. And that's the thing that all of us should always strive for. And it's like, oh, it's my weed, sorry. My weed. But no, I think that it's that unique quality is always important to encourage because, we were talking
at this stage of my life, it's really more about kind of my time constraints. Like,
that'll change though, and you're taking care of your son now, and being a dad.
It really won't, because I have a son and a daughter around the same age, and they're like right on the cusp of being able to kind of do things themselves, but they'll still need.
They need dad.
Their dad,
yeah.
right? And I don't want to just be like, hey.
Sorry, you want to be a hands-on dad, yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I've got to go to a gig and perform.
You hear the horror stories from like musicians friends. That have kids and that they were like that, and they grow up without any parents, basically. But there's a lot of people that have been able to juggle the family life and the road. So I always think there's a way.
Daddy's got to go perform in front of a crowd of 15 friends. Get out of my way! I gotta do a gig. Jesus, kids.
I love it. Oh my God. So, I'm probably, because I used to play music on the show, so I'm probably going to splice it in and stuff like that. But
I figured you would.
This guy has all the same tastes in music that I do, so I know you're not going to be disappointed whatever I play on this show for this. I'm sure you'll probably like it.
Yeah, with the segue and fade in.
Yay!
Okay, no. That's why you get a lot of footage. That's why you record the whole time and you take out what you don't want later. I totally understand it.
I could do that a lot faster than I did before, too. I had to learn.
It could take 3 hours, I know.
Right.
But we got to get enough footage for the show and what he feels comfortable with. So we'll just sit here and talk.
So I was going to ask you what, despite that not being able to play live and stuff like that, do you see yourself doing more studio work in the sense of like having, or I know right now it seems like the time constraints is just impossible to record, but I do see that. I hope I'm right about that. I'm having this premonition that you're going to start recording again too. But I know you need to be in a certain space too.
I have some snippets of stuff that I had worked on for a while, but I've got something new, but it's not really ironed out yet. It's really poppy. It sounds super poppy. Like,
remember you told me in an interview before because he likes a lot of different types of music. I know you do. You don't want to.
I don't know if I could release it underneath the cusp of Lyres Of Ur because it's just so poppy. Like, is it that pop version? Can I share it here? Can I put it on my phone?
Yeah, it'll pick it up.
I know it will, but I don't know if that's okay with you.
Yeah, you can play it.
Let me see if I can pull this up, because this is stupid catchy. You're going to love this, I'm telling you. Maybe not. I don't know. But we'll see. Here we go.
Let's hear it.
It's called Pop Song 1 right now, because that's literally the level of its
creation,
infancy. So
sometimes there's a lot of famous songs that come out with.
There's the pad intro right there.
This is you?
Yeah. It's just a vocal. It's a vocable. I haven't done any vocals to it yet, except for like little stings.
Yeah.
You'll hear it. It's dumb, but it's fun. There's the Ibanez Destroyer.
I'm digging it.
You know what that part is? It's my forklift at work, and it backs up. It goes,
get out of here. I love it. I love it. No, this is good.
And so I listen to it all the time at work, and I'm like, that's super catchy, although it's fucking annoying. Let's see if I can make it catchy and get something out of it. So you know?
Yeah, that's cool though. I like it.
Isn't that catchy?
Yes. So we're gonna hear the completion of that one day on the show, right?
But like the piano is really cool too, right here. Like, I love that.
I like that. It is
beautiful.
catchy. Yeah,
It's
keep
very
working on
beautiful.
that. So that's a track by Lou Blacksail that's in the works. So yay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got
couple
to.
more things, but they're
As
not
soon as you
really
get a track laid
completed.
down, I want to play it on the show because I haven't played anything by you in a while. So
You could play some of my older stuff.
I'm gonna play some of your older stuff on
And
this episode. But
you could even play the newer mixed version of Escape from Modern Man 2022.
Okay, you send that to me
It's
tonight?
on my Bandcamp. And
Okay.
You can get it for free. It's
Okay.
always free. All my stuff is pay what you want.
tell us a little bit about your Bandcamp and where people can find your awesome undiscovered music.
Well, you can find that at Lyres of Ur, lyres-of-ur.bandcamp.com, and that'll have most of my music on there. But you can also find me on SoundCloud too, underneath Thorpe Jean. I think I made a Lyres of Ur account on SoundCloud too, but if not, you can find a lot of earlier
And what I
stuff.
will do,
Ice Queen is on
Ice
Thorpe
Queen.
Jean.
That's what. Oh my God, I still love that.
Ice Queen is on my Thorpe Jean SoundCloud.
I might play that on this episode too. No,
You're breaking my heart.
I wanted to tell him that you know. I will have all
It's
that
a
information
big,
on the
big
screen
hit on
for
this
them to
show,
find
like,
you. Yeah,
I remember
actually,
you
Ice
saying
Queen.
that about it.
Well, that's when I was on iHeart, but they kept kicking me off, and I just. You know, I'm not into politics or anything, but I'm not going to fucking be fake either. And I'm not going to like just go
for
into
you.
line with something just because, oh, well, he's a gay guy, so he probably thinks this way. Fuck you. I don't. And it's just, everybody's stereotyped. And
Yeah.
that's what got me. And you know what? It's just like, that's kind of like taking people's freedom of speech away. And it's like, they did it all the time. And it's just like, I like to like, hear from people that have controversy. That's how we learn, is like by having conversations with people who don't always agree.
Absolutely.
And it's like, the whole thing, I know it's bothered all of us.
Get different perspectives. Helps
Yeah,
us grow.
it's like when everybody just started agreeing all the time on everything, I'm all, this is giving me like, and that's kind of, and then, then the whole cancel culture came in. That's what I was talking to the director about that's doing the City Nightclub film. He's an awesome guy. This is his first big project too. But he's going through the same thing that a lot of creative artists are going through. He's a filmmaker, and filmmakers are going through a lot of crap too. But we got to move forward. Screw the system, okay? Because like this is the time where we can truly be punk rock for real and actually be that independent in what we're doing.
Independent, punk rock, filmmaker. All
it.
these things are great segue to my next fucking topic.
Okay.
I've got this idea. So for the longest time, I wanted to do an Escape from Modern Man 2022 music video.
Oh yeah.
Because I love that song.
I love that. That's one of my favorites that you've done.
It means a lot to me because it's like really, really heartfelt music. Like I really wrote it from the heart. It really means a lot to me. And
Are you going to
even
use
this
that
day-
remix? Because I love the mix too.
Well, I could do any. I can even splice the remix into it and release 3 different versions.
Yeah.
There's 2 different remixes to it.
That would be a
I
cool
really
visual
like.
experience, though.
The Derek Christopher version and the Mike Nolan version were just
Well, they're
better
both
than
good,
the originals,
but
man.
yeah,
like
but
I really like them better
I do
than my
too.
original.
Yeah.
I hate to admit it. Sorry,
No, but you're giving
So-
production credit to it's
Absolutely.
the collaboration part of it too. But
But
no,
I do want to make a music video for that song, even if I have to release it with either 3 tracks. The one that Riley mixed and mastered for me, the one that Mike Nolan did, and the one that Derek Christopher did. I would do all 3 of those, a different video or even the same.
I have to admit, I like every version of that song too. Because
I
you asked
honestly
me, like,
feel
he'd
like-
send me like the recordings and stuff. When the last time I played on the show,
Well, I feel
and then
like
you
they're
send me the
different
remix.
songs.
Yeah, they're like
now,
different
and so,
songs.
They
yeah.
kind of deserve their own video.
Well, yeah.
So it could
That
be a
could-
project of mine, but also I don't want to put too much attention on one song and
Right.
not make new ones. But I'm kind of out of gas at this point.
That's okay. We all go through it. But I love the
do
fact that
Have a song that I have not completed though that I don't know if you've even heard. It's called "On the Gas."
On the Gas. No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
it was older. I started to write it. And I started work on it. And I sent it to my buddy in New York one day. And, I don't know. Anyway, he was just like, it sounds like every one of your other Lyres of Ur songs. And I was like, that's a good thing, though. Because it means I've left my artist imprint on it. And this is the way I write music. And so it makes sense. I'm the only outlet for my creation. It would sound like the rest of my songs for the most part, with little influence between the time that I wrote
Right,
things.
yeah.
And so I just kind of lost interest in pursuing the creation of that song because of that.
Yeah.
But I should just get back on that song because it honestly was a really good one.
Yeah.
If I could just kind of get the kinks out of everything with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. The visual aspects, I haven't personally like really dug into your work visually, but I would like to do that. We'll talk more like, later, like we'll email it
visually?
because I told you I'm serious.
Well, you mean like how I create?
No, I would love to collaborate with you on some visual aspects of your music. Yes.
Oh, you mean like video production?
Either that or something, because I've excelled at this really, really fast. I'm serious. It's like I'm that confident about what I'm doing now. It's just
we can put our heads together.
Yeah, put our heads together because I really think that.
Absolutely, I'd love to collaborate.
Yeah. It worked.
I just want to make sure
my plan and worked.
Just want
that
to
would
make
be
sure
cool.
I understood.
I think
I've got a lot of irons in the fire at the moment, and one of those is that, and it just needs to be taken care of.
And I can I'm always here for you, that about promoting your music, because this guy's got talent, and I don't think there's a lot of people out there that have got this kind of thing going on. It's you got a unique sound to your voice. It's like, you could categorize it into goth and all that kind of stuff or whatever. I mean, if you're like going to think two-dimensional about it, but there's more to it than that. I think that too.
Yeah.
So, and the stuff you write though is very catchy. I'm surprised
that my voice is honestly very versatile, and so to call it goth would just be an understatement.
It's an understatement. Well, that's it's a lot of that's just how human nature is, though. People see how you're dressed, or they see that kind of thing, and that automatically they're going to put those two together like that. But you're definitely a versatile artist with music, and I definitely encourage you to keep pursuing it. Yeah, I always wanted to.
Not goth.
No. But you know what? I actually. I always wanted to be in a death metal band. Be like,
you could suck in and make some of the coolest sounds. Like
that's about my singing skill right there.
That's great. I look like a freaking Gorgon, man. Like
your ladies here in the studio.
Yeah.
Erica, right?
Erica.
Yeah. It's nice to meet you. I know I'm looking over there. They can't see you, but I'm trying to think like what else to talk about. We've talked about everything.
Have we? Have we talked about everything?
Not everything, no. But
what about serendipity under the ocean? We haven't talked about that.
The creatures under the ocean?
Serendipity.
What the fuck is that?
What is that? Some cartoon my sister used to watch as a kid on VHS.
My husband is obsessed with. He goes through phases of these damn shows. He'll sit there and watch for months on end the same goddamn show every night, right?
We've been watching
and right
Alone.
now it's he finally got it. We finally got a break from Family Guy. Now it's now
we've been watching Family Guy.
I love it.
That's funny.
Peter.
Ow,
Lois, she's you're just a stupid man, a dumb, stupid. Oh God, I love every episode of that show. And Stewie, God, that's a whole other topic. Yeah, but no, we've been watching Married with Children. Now we're binging on Married with Children. Peggy,
all right.
Peggy and Al. Oh my God, brilliant.
I want to do them for Halloween.
Oh, Married with Children, yeah, that would be. They talked about doing a remake, but I guess it's going to be an animated show because, unfortunately, Christina Applegate is not well and she doesn't want to be on camera anymore.
Geez.
And yeah, her health is really really sad.
Would have never guessed that.
No, you wouldn't have. But man, I loved that show, Married with Children. I miss. I mean, shit now is too like politically correct. You can't be funny on. They're starting to get better with it because there's a lot of live comedians that are just saying fuck it.
Yeah.
And just when I go see a show, I want to be offended. We just comedy show
at least handle it.
No,
and
that's
the problem.
That's
comedy is
sad.
turned into this like. Oh yeah, you went from here to like you can only talk about these topics, and now all of a sudden
it's this like boring ass show. Right?
I mean, you really kind of took away from the artist's palette. Like, imagine being a painter, and they're like, "Yeah, you could use 32 billion colors, but we really only want you to use 16."
That's not
Not
my...
16 billion.
Yeah,
16.
I know. It's very, it's very like that.
Yeah.
It's very, ugh. So, I thank you for being on the show. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
And, I'm going to be, playing some music, throughout this episode. I think, I'm going to go into a song of yours probably right now. I'm going to play Ice Queen.
Ice Queen.
It's like
Okay.
our tradition, Ice
love
Queen.
to listen to that.
Some of the best like male vocals in years, and it's by this gentleman right here, Lou Blacksail. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Remember, benatarfreak@gmail.com for your requests, and you can also follow the fan club on Facebook, also on X and YouTube and Rumble. Lou, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
I know
you,
it's
man. It's great seeing
dying
you again.
hot again.
It's been a long time.
It's dying
Yeah,
hot
it's
in
been
here
too
because
long.
I can't have the air conditioner on, so I'm going to turn the air conditioner on now. Thank you so much, Lou. We're going to stay in contact with Lou, and any like updates you have about new releases and songs, even if he's working on a new song, I know he's going to send it to me and I will play it on the show, I promise.
Well, yeah, if you follow me on Bandcamp, you'll see all that stuff anyway. So
Yeah.
it's
Awesome.
a no-brainer.
Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys, and until next time, take care. Awesome.
Somewhere frozen Used to be able to retreat behind a wall of sleep. No rest for the weak, and so they say. What was a number for Calgon? Oh, won't you take me away? Feel like I need air in the breeze, toes in the sand, seem weak at the knees. Need an escape from modern man. Truly, don't wish this curse upon my worst enemy. What works for you don't work for me. I have to stop you on a roll. Oh, I can light you and sound. Rumors spread of fruit bearing, low hanging trees that rattle around. Feel like I need air in the breeze, toes in the sand, seem weak at the knees. Need an escape from modern man. Feel like I need air in southpaw. Turn life into a job. Middle-aged wannabe, teenage heartthrob. Got peeps from wall to wall. Dear God, you got it all. Quite the feat to walk this way. If your clothes could talk, they'd say, I look good on you. I look good on you. If your clothes could talk, they'd say, I look good on you. Good on you. If your clothes could talk, they'd say,
Ever. Never.
Why not?
Well, because mostly I don't really want to speak to people.
Do you ever answer the phone?
No, I never answer the phone. No, never. I never make phone calls. Ever. Never.
Why not?
Well, because mostly I don't really want to speak to people.
Do you ever answer the phone?
No, I never answer the phone. No, never.
I'm an alligator. I'm a mama, papa calling for you. invader. I'll be a rock and roller bitch for you. Keep your mouth shut. You're squawking like a big monkey bird, and I'm busting up my brains for the world. No, I am. Keep your electric eye on me, babe. Put your ray gun to my head. Press your space close to my love. And freak out in a Moonage daydream. Oh yeah. Don't fake it, baby. Lay the real thing on me. You know the church of man love, such a holy place to be in. Don't fake it, baby. Make me know you really care. And make me jump into the air. If you dare. Keep your electric eye on me, baby. Put your ray gun to my head. Press your space close to my
going well, David. That's audience, lovely. Beautiful audience.
There is not one single person tonight who is not, you know.
I should wipe your hands because they're definitely white. With that
That's all right,
powder.
looks nice.
It's all right. Okay, babe. It's a bit late.
Right. I don't know one. Right, baby.
I'd love to fuck you.
Well, you know, I have to admit that I appreciate your directness, Daryl, and I will try and be as direct and honest with you as I possibly can be. I am positive that you are the most unattractive man I have ever met in my entire life. You know, in the short time we've been together, you have demonstrated every loathsome characteristic of the male personality and even discovered a few new ones. You are physically repulsive, intellectually retarded, you're morally reprehensible, vulgar, insensitive, selfish, stupid. You have no taste, a lousy sense of humor, and you smell. You know, you're not even interesting enough to make me sick.
Would you like to be on the top or the bottom?
There's a friend, guy from England, with one of the best, I think, most eccentric British bands. I've been a huge fan of theirs for years. This is Robert Smith from The Cure.
Save the last dance for me.
yourself? What have you been doing to yourself? What have you been doing to yourself? It's the last thing you should do.
But nobody laughs anymore. Nobody laughs anymore. Nobody laughs anymore. It's the worst thing you can do. Say the last dance for me. Catch the last bus with me. Give the last kiss to me. It's the safest thing to do. Yeah!
That was a track from Earthling.
sidewalks and trees. I'm thinking now, I got a better way. I discovered the star. I got a better way. Ready, set, go. I got a better way. A nuclear star. I got a better way. Ready, set, go. I got a better way. Stars in your eyes. I got a better way. Ready, set, go. I got a better way. I discovered the star. I got a better way. Ready, set, go. I got a better way. I got a better way. Ready, set, go. I got a better way. I got a better way. Ready, set, go. I got a better way.
Trying to sweep the poor little widow under the carpet? Well, think again. I'm on the board of directors of this lousy company.
Well, we assumed that with your husband gone, you would no longer want to be on the board.
Al, Al and I helped build Pepsi to what it is today. I intend to stay with it.
We appreciate your devotion and contribution, Miss Crawford. But we have retired you from the board of directors.
You drove Al Steele to his grave, and now you're trying to stab me in the back? Forget it! I fought worse monsters than you for years in Hollywood. I know how to win the hard way.
Miss Crawford, we don't want any hard feelings.
You don't know what hard feelings are until I come out publicly against your product, and you'll see how much you sell.
Please, Miss Crawford, it's hardly necessary to make threats you surely don't mean.
Don't fuck with me, fellas! This ain't my first time at the rodeo. You forget the press I delivered to Pepsi was my power. I can use it any way I want. It's a sword. It cuts both ways.